Hey, what's happening, guys? You already know the vibes, you feel what I'm saying? And we're here with a special episode. My man right here, my roommate, if you don't know by now, was on a reality TV show called Love and Translation. And this right here is the tell-all. I'm the host, Jiggy. This is Kahlil, if you don't know by now. And let's get to it, man.
Let's get it, man.
The people want to know, how did you get casted for the show?
So casting was hella random, to be honest. Like, I just got an Instagram DM. They were like, hey, man, would you be interested in a dating show? And I was like, what the hell? I was like, through Instagram? And the dude has like maybe like 200 followers. I was like, hell nah, like this isn't real. Just kept messaging him. And then they were like, all right, can you do a Zoom? And I was like, all right, sure. Did a Zoom. They were like, all right, can we talk to your friends and family? And you know, we got Warren. I had Warren on there doing the interviews, and he was like, yeah, bro, if you don't get the spot, like, I'm sorry I messed it up for you. And I was like, bro, you piece of crap, bro. Anyway,
and that's wild. I think it's wild too, is because you didn't have you just had a normal Instagram page at the time.
Very normal Instagram, bro. Like, I probably had maybe like 2,500 followers max. Like, wow. I didn't have a lot, and like I probably hadn't posted in over a year. So like the fact that they even reached out to me and they're like, hey, like, would you want to do this? I was like, it was weird, but it was also like the timing. Like, I've been approached like on a Bumble or Hinge from like random people that were like, hey, would you be interested in doing a dating show? And I was like, this is fucking weird, man. And then so when I got the Instagram DM, I was like, all right, let me just go ahead and play around with it and just see what's good.
You mean to tell me on Bumble and Hinge, people were trying to put you on reality
Bro,
TV
yes,
shows?
Bumble and Hinge, like, they,
are
in their bio, they'd be like, I work as a casting director, I do so-and-so, I work in production. And then, like, they'll literally just, like, swipe on you, or they'll message you and just be like, hey, you look good, like, are you single? Like, would you want to do a dating show? And I'm just like, this is a weird place to try and pick somebody up off of, like, for a dating show.
That sounds like they're trying to take your information.
I don't know, but I was like, so at the time I was like, bro, I'm not answering none of these. This is crazy as hell. And then so when I got the Instagram DM, I was like, you know what, bro, this is like the 5th one I've gotten like in a span of like a couple weeks. I was like, let me just indulge in it and see what they're talking about.
Okay.
And then it probably took like a whole year that all that happened, and eventually they hit me up and they're like, hey, are you still single? Do you want to do it? And I was
wait, it was a year process of your first initial. Them like reaching you out for casting.
Yeah.
So it took a year for them to choose you as the person.
Yeah, it took about a year, man. And they had me do interviews every now and then. They'd like 2-3 months go by. I'm like, well, damn, I guess I didn't get it. And then they'd reach back out and they'd be like, hey, can we do an interview with so and so? And it just kept happening like that, like on and off for like every 3 months or so. And then eventually they would hit me up later, right this summer, right before, and they're like, hey, are you still single? And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
That's crazy. So what are some of the thoughts that went through your head, like when you're on the airplane and you get there for the first time? Like, do they have like are they throwing you straight into the show, or is there like a pre-screen where like you're in like a hotel room for like 5 days and they're just giving you how everything is going to go?
Yeah, so definitely had like, like the chilling in a hotel or whatever, but like going on the plane, bro, I still like hadn't really talked to anybody, like FaceTime, or to a point where I was like, all right, I feel comfortable. Like so
you could just be getting kidnapped at this moment.
I fully expected to get kidnapped, thrown into sex trafficking. As soon as I got off the plane, I was like, the dude was like, all right, when you get off, like, you'll see me in a mustard hoodie. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
In a mustard hoodie, bro?
I was like, bro, this sounds so suspect.
That's scary, dog.
No, for real. So I was like, all right, bro, when I land, I either got to be ready to fight for myself or I'm about to have the best time of my life. Luckily, it was the best time of my life. But still, like, I was so scared, bro. And then the dude, he took me, we ended up going, like, in a van, like, 2 hours from the airport or whatever. Had to chill in the hotel for like 5 days, and like COVID was kind of big at the time, so we started like test for COVID every day. And then but yeah, I was like cooped up in a hotel room for like 5 days, bro, and like they made it seem like we shouldn't leave, so I like did not leave at all. So like I was just like in there working out with my suitcase and stuff. And then meanwhile everybody else is like, hey, can I go to the workout room? Can I go to the beach? And these niggas are leaving the hotel room and they're getting the chance to go out and do stuff. And I thought we were like in solitary confinement, bro.
Scary ass, bro.
Oh my God. I was like, but the dude was like, hey, man, his name was Nico. Shout out Nico. He was like, hey, man, I'm not trying to get in trouble. If you go out and like you guys see and you see any of the other girls, like I'm in trouble.
Wait, so where were y'all at though? Where?
Dominican Republic.
So y'all was in DR, and like the hotel, was y'all in a good hotel? Yeah,
it was a nice hotel. Well, I mean, it was like for them, it was like considered like a 4 or 5 star hotel, and it was like all inclusive. Unfortunately, we didn't get to like go drink all we want, but like we definitely ordered room service like crazy. You could order it any time of the day, whatever you wanted. I'm not gonna say it's the best food, but it was solid. It was like it was worth being like locked up in there.
Okay, cool. That's a cool little vibe. So you're there for 5 days and then you go straight into the show. Now are y'all there first and y'all get to like pick out your rooms and acclimate for a day and then the girls come, or do they just throw everything at once?
Just straight throw you in there. Like they're like they, they're like, all right, we're about to do shooting or whatever, and you're like, all right, cool. They throw you into like a big ass Escalade, and then they're like, all right, when we say get out, you get out, and we're like, all right, cool. We get out, bro. We're meeting the host, and we're meeting the other guys, and we're like, oh crap, this is it right now. And then eventually they walk us into the house. They're like, all right, this is the house you're staying, and you're like, oh wow, cool. And then immediately go into the backyard, and they're like, all right, here's the girls. Have a field day. And you're just like, wow. And you just walk in and just like, oh shit, like. Now I gotta go work, like damn. And then it's like this is like 12 girls just sitting there like in random places, and it's just kind of awkward because like you gotta walk up there and just be, I don't know, bro, you're supposed to be smooth, but these girls don't know what the hell you talking about.
And I think that's the crazy part too. All right, so that means the girls got there before y'all.
The girls were there, so they did
that's
all
what
the girls'
makes sense.
entrances
What what's her name? She was arguing with Trip over the room.
Oh, but I don't know if they saw the house though and stuff yet. I think they were literally just like chilling in the backyard.
Oh, and then waiting they got to go into the house.
Yeah,
okay.
and then eventually we all went into the house, and then like so whenever Imani was like arguing with Trip, like we were all chilling. Like we had just gotten into that room for the first time that time.
Oh,
like,
okay, word. That's
so
funny.
Yeah, so it was hella. They just straight up just threw you to the wolves type shit. Just throw you in there, and then you got to try and figure out what to do.
And you was there doing backflips.
Yeah, bro. They said it was they would impress the girls, and I was like, all right, I'll try it. Didn't feel like it worked, but I did it.
So off a rip, seeing the girls, who was the one that caught your eye like immediately?
I ain't gonna lie, Asia probably off the rip. The French girl with the platinum hair, like just seeing that hair, I was like, yo, she was a baddie. Hell. She was bad as hell, man. And then
but wait, I know about this. Are you gonna divulge information on why you didn't choose her?
I mean, I guess I can. All right, bro. To me, it was because she smoked a lot of cigarettes, man, and like I know that's the French culture. Like you smoke a cigarette like every 5 minutes, but like, bro, I can't get that smell. That stuff is like I hate being around people with cigarettes. So like for me, that was like it was just disgusting, bro. And like, oh, I feel so bad, but like talking to her and like being around her and just smell the cigarettes, you're just like, I feel like I need to leave the room. I'm getting a secondhand like cigarette high or some shit. Like, bro, it was, but really, I mean, that was ultimately kind of what it came down to. She was a cool girl and everything, but
he just didn't want to get secondhand lung cancer. That's really what it was.
Bro, I want to live a long, healthy life.
Hey, shout out to you though. You pretty and all that.
She pretty as hell, man. She still looks good. She on Instagram. She like got hella followers and stuff. So I mean, I don't think she missed out on much.
I think she's winning. Yeah. Shout out to them cigarettes. She was smoking like 5 packs a day, huh?
Bro, on God, like you would literally walk outside and, like there's like a workout area and there's like a chill lounge area and you just see hella cigarette butts like on like all around like the patio and shit. And you're just like, bro, what the hell?
Wow.
So she was getting to it, bro.
Ain't nothing to it but just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wait, let me pull up some of these Q&A.
Yeah. Let's get some more. Let's get some more questions from the people. Even though everybody just asked, "Are you and Ida gonna be together?" No.
Okay, this is a great one.
All right, what you got?
Did any of the ladies have bad breath or BO in the sniff game? I know at least one of them stank.
Look, I was like, it's funny because I was thinking about this. I was like, damn, like
definitely cigarettes.
Yeah, the cigarettes.
Austrian cigarettes. That's one.
I really think that was it. To be honest, I feel like everybody else smelled pretty good. Not like I was like really that close to where I was like just smelling them all the time.
Yeah,
but that was the only one where I was like, I know this smell. I don't like it. And so like during the smell challenge, like it was me, Asia, and Jennifer. So I'm like, all right, I already knew what Asia smelled like. So when I smelled her, like I was like, all right, I know not to choose this one. But yeah, that was. Other than that, I mean, Dylan got all the girls' bracelets, so he was the one really smelling them all.
What was he wearing that day?
Bro, he put on some cologne. I don't know. He's a really hygienic dude. Apparently, like he grew up and someone had gotten on his ass about not being hygienic. So then he just took that shit super seriously. And so like now he does everything like super thorough. And so I'm assuming he probably wakes up, has like a cologne like facial routine or something like that.
For real, hanging out with Dylan, he actually does smell nice all the time. For real.
Yeah,
for real.
He's a well kept guy. So it's like
person.
He's probably smelled really good. Probably has like, I don't know, sure it's like some good ass cologne, maybe a mixture of cologne.
What
or
did
something.
Trip smell like? Do you remember smelling
Bro,
Trip?
I ain't gonna lie, I never got that close to Trip where I was like, you smell like something, but nah, I don't know what he smelled. I know I don't think he used cologne.
Just dirty.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, dude. I left my cologne at home too, actually. Yeah. And then but then halfway through, one of the homies, one of the production members, he gave me his cologne. It was like Gucci or some shit, and I was like, oh yeah, hell, this shit smell good. The girls was like, "Oh, you smell good." I was like, "Yeah, fuck that smell challenge." But
the producers watched the struggle.
He's like, "God damn!" He's like, "He needs some help."
They gave
I was like, "Please, I'll take it, please." So yeah, but But yeah, man, I think Dylan smelled most of the girls. I think most for the most part they all smelled good. Like it was just the smoking. Aussie was the only one that really smoked, so that was the only one that was like just immediately just like, oh, I don't know. It smells like cigarette and cologne or perfume, whatever.
Not cologne on a woman.
Cigarette and perfume, yeah. But
all right. So which Colombian Colombian girl was the fave on your show?
Which Colombian
that
girl?
Comes from Lady.
From Lady, bruh. Yeah, she was one of the better. Nah, she was the best Colombian. I mean, the only Colombian we had. So, yeah, she was fine. She was fine. She was hella cool.
Y'all had like a cluster of them. They
a lot of the South American girls. So we had it was like her. She was the Colombian. We had Juliana, she was from Bolivia. Mm-hmm. Jennifer from Brazil. Yam from Mexico. So like there was a lot that were like in that Spanish kind of realm. Mm-hmm. But I think that was it, to be honest. Okay. So, why did you and Ari decide not to be a couple? The question everybody wants to know.
What is it about her? You guys were cute together.
We were cute. I'm not gonna lie. I think we were cute. Like watching it back, I'm like, damn, we look so cute together.
Yeah, that cute little vibe. We're gonna make some cute little light skinned Asian babies.
We did. You know, we could have, but I don't know. I think for me, it was like, I don't know, going through it, it was like she had kind of a different personality depending on like whether the cameras are on or not. And for me, that was tough for me to kind of like come to terms with. And I understand like with the Japanese culture, you kind of have to like show a good face. So like I understood that going in. I understood that like while we were doing it, and I was like, all right, but I would really appreciate it like if you were just yourself or whatever. And so I think for her, it was hard to like kind of fight that battle of trying to figure out like who she wanted to be and who she wanted to present herself as. And I don't know, that just made it tough because I'm like, damn, am I talking to Heidi or am I talking to like the professional Heidi? Like, which one am I really getting? And I just felt like I saw so many sides of her where I was like, I don't really know if I can trust this person. You know, I don't know if someone I could really give my all to. And I think also, you know, we had plenty of talks that like didn't make it on air, but like, you know, we had a good conversation where, you know, we're talking about like the difference in immaturity as far as like me being a little bit older and she's a little bit younger.
What's the age gap on that?
Probably like 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I'm 27, she's 23, but she was 21 at the time. I was like 25. Oh. And so she, you know, like it's a little different. Like that's a major turning point from that 21 to like the
20
23.
To 21,
you know what I'm saying? That's a weird kind of.
That's a crazy transition.
Yeah, and like I'm 25, so like I've already like experienced a little bit of the world, but like not enough. And so for her, like, so we had different kind of like expectations as far as like how we communicate and I don't know, just kind of like how we navigate relationships. And I think we kind of understood that we were in different like mind spaces or head spaces. So like we kind of like agreed upon it or like kind of understood each other.
So you're saying that the maturity level wasn't meeting your standards of what you see in a relationship.
Me personally, yeah. And I think even as we talked about it, she was like, oh, okay, I definitely understand where you're coming from. And, you know, I definitely do think I lack that part of the relationship aspect. And I don't know, like, I mean, we both understood it. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, you can never just like make yourself ready for it. Like, I feel like there's some stuff you have to go through. And I think she understood that and I understood that. And we kind of like, we're just kind of realizing like, all right, I don't know if we can be in a relationship together, at least like not right now, but no, she's lovely. She was lovely. She was awesome, man. Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully in the future when she gets a little bit more mature and she stopped acting fake, is that
just got to get her off the cameras and I think we'll be all right.
Off the camera. I feel like there's a challenge within falling in love while there's a camera 3 inches from your face.
Yeah.
Like how do you walk in in this environment where you have to be emotionally vulnerable, but then you got production like just running and shoving the camera down your throat, bro?
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, it's tough, man, because it's like you want to be yourself, but at the same time you don't want to look stupid. You don't want to make any mistakes in front of a camera that's like literally right there catching your every movement. So like I think there was a time like we had like a really touching moment after like our first date and like we're chilling on the bed like trying to get deep and whatnot, and then you got this dude just sitting there like with a camera just and you're just like, all right, like, am I not saying the right things or whatever? I don't know. Like, you're just really self-conscious about the way you feel. And like, I feel like you don't really get past that point where you can just be yourself until like 2 weeks in, like when you're used to having the cameras like in your face all the time. But like, I know for a lot of girls, like Heidi especially, like it was really awkward to have the cameras like so close. And so like, she wouldn't feel comfortable always having the conversations that we wanted to have like on camera. So like, so say like the cameras came in, we'd have whatever bullshit ass conversation, and then like cameras come off, and then we're actually talking about like the real shit that we wanted to talk about. Because you know, like you can just open up more, and you don't have to be as more like subconscious about like your image.
That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. How did you feel when the Japan girl rejected you? I'm reading this verbatim.
Verbatim. Yeah. I didn't talk about yeah. All right, so that's a sticky situation because it's like, bro. So we shot 2 shots of actually that final scene, and so originally we shot it just as is, like me telling her, I appreciate her, whatever, but I'm not gonna choose her. So initially, like I'd already told her like I wasn't gonna choose her, whatever, and so we go through the point of just like closing that little argument or closing that little conversation, and then production, they run back, they're like, all right, now she has a letter, like can she read it to you, and can you do it, can you just react, whatever? And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like listening to the letter and whatever.
That's mad awkward, bro. I'm sorry, that's
awkward,
mad awkward. So you already have to break up with her,
yeah,
and then production's like, wait, she got this letter she want to read you though.
Yes, bro. So like you're sitting there, you're like, all right, I just kind of rejected her, so like now I have to listen to what she has to say, and I don't know, it was kind of, I mean, it was okay because like we were cool enough to like where we understood what was going on, but like mad awkward. Like she had to read her letter out, and they didn't even like put all of it like in the final airing. Like she said so many different things that like really showed like herself and like what we went through and like why we just weren't gonna work out together or whatever it may be. And so she read that after I'd already rejected her, and then she but yeah, and then so we just hugged it out, and it was like, all right, we'll see you later. But yeah, so it was like it was definitely very awkward. But I mean, I get it because I mean, watching the final thing, everyone's like, oh my god, she rejected him. Oh my god, like now he has to choose Jennifer. He doesn't have a choice. Like, would he have chosen her? And I'm like, all right, I get it. Like for the watching factor, like I was like, that's fire. Although I had to be the rejectee or get rejected. Or whatever. But even then, like I thought it was like. It was good on their part, I feel like, as far as like suspense and drama, but no, it wasn't like that at all, because it was really, I just really was just like, hey man, like I fuck with you, but like I'm not choosing you at the end of the day. And that's really as simple as it was. Obviously I said it in a much nicer way because like we went through a crazy experience, and like it was cool to like kind of reminisce on it, but at the same time like we knew it just wasn't gonna happen. So yeah.
Okay. Reunion. Is there gonna be a reunion?
Look, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think there's gonna be a reunion. I don't think enough people watch it to where there could be a reunion, because I think it was like 4 weeks in, they ended up putting the our show on the back burner, because like we were in the prime slot, and then after so many weeks, I guess they weren't impressed with the views, so then they threw us on like 11 p.m. bro. Like nobody watches TV at 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. Dang. So they kind of just gave up on us to the point where like they stopped marketing it. Kind of like they would only post like maybe once a week. Damn. And so. I mean, unless it blows up in other countries enough to where it's like, oh my god, the world wants this. Like, I don't think we'll be getting a reunion. I don't think we'll be getting a season 2. But that's just me. That's just me speaking on my own experience and what I think. But
yeah, it's okay.
You never know, man. If the shit pops up one day and then everybody's like, oh, we want it. We want some more. Yeah. You never know.
Or you can just be like every old reality TV show and just go to like MTV, The Challenge, or Traders.
In a perfect world, bro.
Our Traders been accepting you reality TV show stars too.
I would absolutely do that shit, to be honest. Like it would be cool. I don't know if I do another dating show, but I mean, I'm always like open-minded to it. The challenge would be cool. I would absolutely do that.
Do a challenge show.
Be going crazy.
Working out all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly think it would be super cool to do something like that. Especially like Wipeout. I would love to do that. But yeah, probably no reunion.
Oh, here's a good question.
All right,
do you have any regrets about how everything turned out for you? That's a great question.
That is a great question, because it's like, in the moment you're making these decisions back then, like 2 years ago, and then now it's like you're dealing with all the aftermath of what people think and stuff, and it's.
But I mean, like, at least you weren't like Dylan. At least you weren't being like a hoe or anything.
Yeah, like that. So I'll say like
I feel like you actually. I mean, you just looked as dumb as you always are. You feel what I'm saying?
Simple.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. You're a lovable idiot. You feel what I'm saying?
It works out. It works out. But I don't know. I think the only thing that I maybe would regret maybe is just like obviously the difference between choosing Jennifer and Heidi. Like a lot of people wanted me to choose Heidi, and I don't know. It's like maybe if I known, like, would I have chosen Heidi? Probably not. But I mean, like for my image, it would have looked way better. But I will say, like, as far as like Jennifer, I don't think there's anything I regret that we went through. But I think over the past like few months, I've just been like, damn, bro, like I really didn't see a side that I thought I was seeing, and kind of like going to the point where I was like, damn, like, did I even really ever know her, or was it ever? Because like the breakup was it's a pretty normal breakup and everything, but just seeing what she was doing, how she was moving afterwards after the breakup was kind of like, damn.
Whoa. Now you're getting too ahead of yourself.
Yeah, probably.
Wait. So are you and Jennifer still together?
Me and Jennifer are not together. We broke up. we broke up probably about 6-7 months ago.
All right.
Back in November of 2023.
Damn.
It's been a while, bro.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Shit.
Yeah.
And then when did y'all stop filming the show?
So we finished filming by August of 2022.
So it was a little bit of a year and some change.
So it was like a year and like 2 months that we ended up
year and
dating.
2 months being long distance.
Yeah.
And did the distance mess it up? Or like what was the main contributing factor to y'all breaking up?
Dude, I don't know. I have like 3 different type of like theories, to be honest. Like I never really got an explanation as to why she broke up with me. Like if I can give you like a clean cut, like literally verbatim what she said in her message, it was basically just that if she were to still be dating me by the time the show aired, she would have to finish dating with me, and for her that hindered her being with other guys if she wanted to break up with me during that point in time. So
this is whoa.
I know I never told you
verbatim.
I never told you that, but yeah, but
this is what she said verbatim.
Verbatim, she was like, I asked one of the producers, and they said if we're dating by the time the show airs, we have to stick it out through the rest of the showing. And she was like, I don't know if I can do it, and if I want to be with another guy, I can't post him, this and that. And for me, I was like, well, shit, that pretty much just says everything that you kind of wanted to say, and yeah, so I kind of just took it as like, all right, I don't even know, like to me personally, I don't even know if she actually ever liked me, to be honest. Like I think the first few months, I think it was real, and then after that, like it got to a certain point, which I'll probably like go more in depth about, but yeah, I honestly don't know if she ever liked me, because she'd say some mean ass shit, to be honest, and then she'd go and talk to Yam about it, and then Yam would tell me, and I'd be like, damn, bro, she's an asshole. But I think the long distance definitely had a little bit to do with it, because I couldn't see her as much as I wanted to. It was like maybe we'd see each other like once every like 3 months.
Damn.
And yeah, so it's definitely a long time, a lot of FaceTimes, stuff like that. And then also, I don't know, I think maybe she might have just been wanting to stay together just for the show. Because like, a lot of people seem to have a lot of success once the show airs, and then they're able to like say they're still together. But yeah, so I think that's why she stayed in as long as she did, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know. Me, if I'm trying to be optimistic, I'd be like, I hope she actually likes me for me, and just it wasn't working out. But
she was very shystily. Like the way that she maneuvered herself into your bedroom and threw the cooch on top of you, bruh. It was very shystily. You feel what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna complain, bruh, because I was trying to get on that too. So you know what I'm saying. And the thing was, she wasn't the only girl that was trying to fuck. So like all the girls was trying to fuck. And how am I supposed to hear her say no night after night, bro? Like what? That is ludicrous. Like, what? Of course I'm going to fall for one eventually, but nah, bro. Like, probably even like the third night, bro, one of these girls was trying to get in my bed. I was like, damn. I was like,
which girl is it?
It was Yam.
Hey, Yam was trying. Yam was finessing off rip, bro.
It was like Yam, Jennifer, and Giselle. Like, they all came to my room like one night, and it was like super late, dude. It was like probably like 2-3 in the morning. I guess they were still downstairs like getting drunk or whatever. And she come in there, bro, trying to kiss me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "It's like if I wasn't a dirtbag, bro, I definitely would." Or if I was a dirtbag, if I was a dirtbag, I definitely would. But I was like, man, she's drunk. I just woke up, and I remember technically she'd be taking advantage of me, but you know what I'm saying. But I was like, nah, it looked the other way around. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I can't do that. So, damn. I was just like, hey, you're having a good night, huh? Yeah, sent her out the room, whatever. She's like trying to kiss me. And so we even had like I think we even had a song, like the next morning I pulled up, or, I went downstairs and she was like, lo siento, oh, like saying like she's so sorry for the way she acted and stuff. And I even threw that like in our little rap song, but they ended up cutting it. But yeah, we were able to like make a joke about it, but yeah, she was ready. Some other girls, you know what I'm saying? They're just, normal human beings, whatever.
All right. Another question. Who are you dating now?
Who am I dating now? That's a good question. Nobody, actually.
Yeah, I know
that's a good question. That's a good question, man.
Let me think.
Let me ponder on that one.
Of all the women. Oh, yeah. None.
0. Nobody. So yeah, I'm not dating anybody now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Hey, tell your sister, tell your mama, tell your grandmama, watch out, Kahlil's single and he out here ready for it.
Yeah, what he said. All right.
Let's see. We already answered a lot of these.
No, I'm saying because they're just like repeat questions that people just like,
Ooh, this is a great one.
All right, let's hear it.
Who did you truly have feelings for?
Who did I truly have feelings for? I mean, to me, honestly, for me, it was Jennifer. Like,
yeah,
it definitely wasn't like that initially. Like, I was definitely more into Heidi. And like, even on the first date with Jennifer, I was like, bro, I'm tired of talking to this girl, bro. I wish Heidi was here.
Yeah, that don't seemed. She just didn't seem like she liked you whatsoever.
Oh God, she wasn't like giving me anything to work with, and so I'm just like, literally the whole time, I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, when can I see?
She was
I go back to the house.
She
and
was
see
like,
Heidi.
get married.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, that's just a normal question. Like, you're not gonna do that eventually. Like, damn. So yeah, but I mean, man, it was tough. I ain't gonna lie. Like, choosing between like the two polar opposite girls and like trying to figure out like which one I liked myself with more, it was kind of tough because like, you know, Heidi's more shy, Jennifer's more outgoing, and so like even just trying to decide between that was tough. And then I think after, you know, I think I knew that I was fucking with Jennifer more probably before the night we had sex. I'd slept with like both the girls at the time, and then I was
wait, you slept
like
in bed
slept in bed next to the girls.
Cuddled with them, not
cuddled
smash,
with them.
right?
Yeah, not smash. No, cuddled with them, whatever. And so I don't know, that kind of had a little play into it. And then I think going to the dance party, I was like, all right, if I have sex with her tonight, like it just feels like the right time. I like her enough to where I know like I wouldn't necessarily regret it. Like I feel like I like her more than I like Heidi. So yeah, I feel like at that point that was like the tipping scale where I was like, all right, I definitely like Jennifer more. That's probably who I'm gonna go with. And then and yeah.
And what was it about Jennifer? Like what was the things that outweighed her over Heidi?
For me, it was just like her confidence, man. Like with Heidi, sometimes like, you know, I'd have to like not necessarily reassure her, but like it was kind of like a nagging issue where it was almost like you have to remind her, you know, and it's like hey, we're all like we're around a bunch of these girls, like we have to do this, like, you know, it can't just be like me hang out with you the whole time. And I think having to like kind of deal with that was kind of like a lot for me, whereas like, you know, Jennifer would be off to the side, but then every now and then like I'd go see her and she'd just be like, and we'd have a good time, you know. It wasn't like we'd have to discuss like, why were you hanging out with this girl, why were you doing so and so. And you know, she was actually funnier than most people could see. Like they never showed her funny side because she was just being the mean girl the whole time or whatever. But she was like really funny, man. She had a good like bubbly personality. I feel like she was joking with a lot of people on set. You know, Heidi definitely had their own jokes, but they have like totally different humor. So,
but then it's like, all right, so she's joking in Spanish, so you picking it up in Spanish?
In Portuguese, yeah, we'll see.
Oh, damn,
in Portuguese, yeah.
My bad.
You racist,
I'm uncultured ass. In Portuguese is what they speak in Brazil.
In Portuguese, yeah.
I knew that the whole time.
But I think it was. But it's like, I don't know, like I didn't necessarily have to know what she was saying. Like it was more so like her facial expressions, like almost like, you know how like when Jim Carrey, like he can say a lot with his facial expressions, like so when he's acting, you don't have to even hear the joke to know that it's funny. Like so she would do something like that, like, you know, maybe give an eyebrow raise or like a questionable face or something like that. So
you just be cackling like,
and you just start laughing. You're like, what the hell are we laughing at? And like it's just literally just facial expressions. And I don't know, it just felt like a good time being around her to the point where I was like, okay, like I can see this being like a girlfriend for real.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
Word. Even with the language barrier.
Like, I ain't gonna lie though. I mean, I almost feel like the language barrier helps because then you can't really talk about everything that you like have to talk about. Because it's like, you know, like.
What does that mean?
So like, say your girl get on to you about something, bro. Like, if she speak a different language, how you gonna know what she get on to you about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just sit there just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. So for me, it was like if Jennifer says something that she don't like, I'm like, I don't even know what you just said. So okay, cool. So yeah, for me, I don't know. So sometimes it kind of helps because you can't argue as much. You don't know what you're like, you know, what you're getting mad about or, you know, arguing about.
Yeah.
So I think it helps a little bit.
So she ain't even speak a lick of English. Like she didn't even learn English for you?
Not a lick of English. And I mean, even like as we dated, she didn't really learn any English. You know, she learned like the basics, like how are you? I'm fine, thanks, like that kind of stuff. But nah, she really didn't learn too much. We spoke pretty much in Portuguese like the entire time.
Wait, so when it came to y'all conversation, Like, you're not fluent in Portuguese.
I'm not fluent in Portuguese, but I had to figure it out real quick, bro. Like,
you're Google translating.
Google translating every day, bro. All the time. Like, we texted every day. So like, I was literally texting in Portuguese every day. But I ain't gonna lie, I kind of liked it. Like, I liked learning the Portuguese because it was a little more simpler. But then also I speak in, in America, like we speak in a lot of slang and text.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't really just send that and she totally understands what it means. Because then I could be saying like the polar opposite and just be calling like being super mean and like rude about it. So I preferred me putting it in Portuguese because I understood the Portuguese a little bit more than the English, or if that makes any sense.
Look at what my man's doing for love.
But yeah,
you were switching up your whole entire language.
I did,
to
bro.
maintain.
Yeah,
she ain't one lick of English in these text messages.
No, it's funny
because
like
WhatsApp.
It's funny
speaking Portuguese, going to Google Translate, copy and pasting, changing it over to English, going back to WhatsApp, sending it off.
What can I say, man? I'm multicultural. But yeah, it's funny because people like she'll still be trying to like speak to the people that respond to her like in English, and bro, she don't know no English, so she just be saying like, "Good morning, hello," like bro, this like that. It's hilarious to kind of watch, but
man, yeah. All right, the people want to know what's up with you and Sarah, man.
Bro, I don't even want to talk about that because you already know, but I don't know. It was for me. I ain't gonna lie. Me going into visit her. So originally, look. All right. So I'm gonna break it out. Originally, it was supposed to be Dylan, Tulai, Heidi, Juliana, me, and Sarah. We're all
to Italy.
We're all supposed to be going to Italy.
Okay.
We're all supposed to go together. And so I was like, cool, whatever. Like, I fuck with all these girls. Like, I'm absolutely down to go. And then eventually, I think the timing just didn't work out. Dylan and Tulai ended up going instead. And I was like, I still kind of want to go to Italy. Plus, Sarah, she fine as hell. Like, I want to go see her. Like, I haven't seen her in like 2 years. I was like, let's do it. So, booked the trip to Italy. Me personally, I wasn't really going into it looking for a relationship, but I was like, it would be cool if we did. But I wasn't like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I was like, after a long distance relationship with Jennifer, I was like, do I want to do another one? Not really.
Okay.
So I kind of went more so on like the friend vibes. And I think because I did that, it kind of ruined the fact that we could even possibly be like together.
Dang.
And
so you could have really got it.
I probably really could have dated Sarah, but my wrist wasn't out there, bro. I was out there bullshitting. I was being a friend. But at the end of the day, I don't mind because I got a super cool like personal like tour of Rome. Got to experience like all the local stuff, and she got to put me on like other things. So I mean, I had a good time.
Hey, as long as you had a good time, I can tell. I'll never forget this. Is when y'all throwing the coin in the waterfall, bro. And then Kahlil's recording. He throws the coin in the waterfall. And you can tell Sarah's looking at you like you're going to kiss her, because that's typically what you do in those certain things. And you can just see the friend zone in her face when Kahlil didn't do it.
Bro, I mean, I've only been in one relationship, man. I didn't know I was supposed to kiss her right then. I ain't gonna lie. Like, but looking back, and then I was like, damn, yeah, she probably wanted to do something.
Even a form of affection would have worked.
Bro, but me, I don't touch people, bro. Touching people is so hard for me. So like, I was like, I feel bad because I feel like I probably gave her the totally wrong message, but like, I just don't touch people, bro. Like, if I'm in a close environment, like, I just don't want to be touching people. I'm sorry. Like, I was just raised an American. I have a personal bubble space or whatever, but yeah, I need to get better at that.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking through the questions right now. I feel like we answered all these. I don't know.
Let me see if there's one.
Are any of the girls still fueling? Do you mean feuding? Are any of the girls still feuding?
If she's saying
that's
feuding,
probably what you mean. Are any of the girls
I think that's
feuding?
What she's saying. But hell yeah, bro. These girls be feuding. Well, the only ones really are Tulai and Yam. But it's not even like Yam's taking part of it. It's just Tulai. Tulai just has like a crazy vendetta out on some of these girls. And she's like, yeah, I'm finna tell the truth. I'm finna put these girls in the dirt. I'm like, yo, like, we did not have a crazy enough experience to where we actually have to have like a feud outside of the show. Like, I think everybody should just be normal. I get like Yam and Dylan, they had their little thing, but like, bro, we're all grown. I think we've gone past that to where it's like, we're not gonna get with each other outside of the show, to be honest.
Not Tulai.
But Tulai's like, hell no. Tulai's the only one that has beef with just Yam, I think. She used to kind of have a little bit of beef with Jennifer too, low key, and then they started becoming friends, like closer as like we eventually like. It was like a year maybe after shooting. Who else was there? Other than that, I think Asia got some feuds with some other people, to be honest.
Really,
bro? Because she was like, bro, well, while she was on the show, bro, she threw water on Sarah. Like she called her a puta, and then Sarah was like, thank you. Bro, she take the water and just throws it in her face, bro. They didn't show that on camera because Aussie like pressed her lawyers on them and was like, "Hey, like if you show me in a bad light, like I'm gonna sue y'all."
Wow.
So anything that Aussie did, like
power move.
Yeah. So she basically like, I mean, she kind of ended up getting herself cut out the show because like you barely see her.
Wow.
But apparently that's the reason why she wasn't into that much. And like there was a time where I think Aussie like came and asked me for like she's like, "Do you want a massage?" And I was like awkward. I was like, I guess, you know. And she gave me a massage. And you know, whatever, it was kind of awkward because I was like right in front of all the girls and whatever, but yeah, so like there was a lot of stuff that she did that she got clipped out, and yeah, I think it was just because she had to keep a good image.
All right, here's a question: did the locals ever hit on the girls when y'all went out?
Bruh, yes, bro, yes. All right, so like we didn't get out the house very much, so, like we didn't have to worry about locals or anything, but there was one time we went to we had a dance party where everybody went out that night, whatever. We were literally at like a local bar. So you couldn't control anybody that was like, you know, just on the dance floor, whatever. And bro, we're getting out there and, you know, like, all right, you know, me and Dylan, well, that's when Trip already decided he had lady. Yeah. And then me and Dylan were juggling like 4 girls apiece, bro. And so we're out there like, it's hard. We can't control them all. But then whenever they saw us like flirting with other girls, you know, like they'd be over there flirting with the Dominican guys that were there, like just as like the background or whatever. And I think there was one time, I think one of the girls was like really dancing with one of the dudes, bro. And everybody was like, oh shit, look at her getting it or whatever. But that was really the only time they hit on the locals, which makes sense. I was like, you know, there was a big party. That was our first time like really being out in public all together, and you know, there's not enough of us guys to go around, man. So it only makes sense that, you know, some of the guys have to pick up, you know, not the leftovers.
Oh Lord, the guys had to pick up the leftovers.
They had to pick up what we weren't showing attention to. So it was like, you know, they were just playing their part, man. But none of them like took them home or anything or really rizzed them up. But yeah, because it's like, I mean, well, if you weren't dancing with one of the girls, like they were just standing there probably,
and they probably just did it to make y'all jealous. For
probably, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, it probably worked for one of them. Not for me. I mean, it wasn't. I think Dylan might have been like, "Yo, what the hell? You dancing with this dude?" I ain't gonna say.
So wait, whoa! Too Loud was throwing cheeks out there?
Nah, definitely wasn't Too Loud. Definitely wasn't Too Loud.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Cool. I had to. Who was it then? You might as well say.
I think it was. Oh shit! Yeah. No, I think it was like. I think it was like Yam, to be honest.
Oh, of course.
Hey, no, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention too much. I was freaking getting rizzed up by Jennifer the whole time, so it's not like I was really paying attention too much. And I was worried about Heidi fucking saying tequila and fucking beating my ass, bro. She was.
Oh yeah, she was tweaked off of tequila.
She was, bro. She was taking hella shots, bro. And she's like a small little girl, so it's like after 2, you're like, all right, bro, let's calm down.
Yeah.
But she was with all the little Spanish girls, so like they were all drinking like crazy, and she was trying to keep up. She was like trying to hang out and whatever. So yeah, man. But it was a good time.
Yo, here's a great question. It's not even like a question for okay. It's more like a statement. After watching the show, did you realize how Jennifer was only trying to beat Heidi?
Damn. No, that is a good little comment. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard because it's like me living in the moment, like being there, like I have my own perspective, but then watching it back, I'm like, God damn, bro. She was playing me like a fiddle, bro.
Yeah.
And I understood that to a certain point, but I think there was a certain point whenever it was like a game for her, like it actually turned into something real, in my opinion. But watching it back, it doesn't look too real, to be honest. So there are times like when I watch it, I'm just like, fuck, bro, how did I get played by this girl? How'd I get finessed and whatnot? And I don't know, it sucks watching it back, but I mean, you know, tape don't lie. But at the same time, you know, who knows what she was doing behind the cameras or whatever else. Like, I'm hoping it was real, but watching it back, I'm like, damn, bro, she really finessed me, won, and yeah.
I didn't mean to laugh, but tape don't lie just killed me. I'm like,
tape don't lie.
So that's definitely play football.
That's what we say in football. No, that was literally a football thing. Tape don't lie. Like, Because it's like, bro, it makes sense. Like the tape does not lie, bro. Like no matter what you do behind the scenes, like whatever happened right there, that shit don't lie. But no, I said that I was about to say like football reference, but I was like, that's so fucking head ass.
It's okay. You already did it. You already did it.
And I just kept rolling with it.
But then I don't blame you, bro. That's one thing that I feel like you shouldn't fault yourself in. It's because like at the end of the day, you guys are around this big, beautiful production. They're putting money into these scenarios that you guys are being.
Yeah.
It's easy to fall in love in these certain aspects, and especially when you have multiple girls fighting for your attention. So I don't think you should feel like you're at fault is because you got played. Like that just reflects her character as like, damn, like you really came on here with an agenda.
Yeah. Which I agree, and I think I before we got into it, they told us like they could call it like the bubble. Basically like whenever you're filming in a controlled environment like that, like you're spending a lot of time with these people, and your feelings change, and like you haven't talked to the outside world in forever, so you don't have other people's perspective and stuff. So it's like you really get caught up in the emotions and kind of what you're doing with those people. And it was like a month, so it was like a lot of time to go by where you kind of develop those feelings, and whether it works like outside of the show, who knows? That just depends on how you guys are. But in the bubble, bro, everything feels so real, and like it's like actually like it's true, like it's something that you can really, you're like, oh, this relationship can last forever. Step off the island, hell no. But in the moment, it all feels super real.
Well, I hope that you find a real love. Hope that you find true love, because you deserve it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think so too, man.
Because you did my man's dirty, Jennifer. We see you. Okay, you did my man's dirty. Okay.
Hey man, it's tough.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Let's see if we got. I think we might be at the end of the list of our questions. Let's see if we got anything.
Let me see. Okay, so there's gonna couple. So from now, I'll just do a couple that I'll read, and then kind of just like elaborate on it, I guess.
All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead. The floor is yours.
All right, so we got one. It says, any hopes for you and Heidi in the future? Probably not, but me and Heidi are super cool. Like, I think that there's definitely a time where like I will probably, I think there's a time where I'll probably actually like visit her, and whether that's in Canada or Japan. Like, if I ever go to Japan, bro, I'm hitting up Heidi before I go. I'm like, hey, yo, like, you trying to slide? Are you there? Like, can you show me around? Like, we definitely have like a long like lifetime like soulmate like friendship kind of thing, to where I feel like I can hit her up about anything, and like it'd be cool. Like if I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to come to Toronto, she'd be like, all right, pull up, let's go.
Do y'all still talk?
We talk every now and then, like we'll reply to each other's messages and stuff, as far as like Instagram and whatnot, and like we've texted a couple times, but nothing like too serious, more so like on a platonic friendship. So yeah, but it's cool. I mean, you never know. Like once we get and see each other in person, like maybe things change.
Maybe that.
But what I'm saying, maybe there's a spark that'll hit or whatever. But as far as I'm thinking, like I don't think so. The long term stuff or the long distance makes it tough. So I'm not sure that'd be something realistic. And I know she's going to school and doing those kinds of things. So I think she's like kind of on her own path right now. And I just don't think it's something that would work out for us right now.
So would you ever go back into another long distance relationship after this?
100%. I would do another long distance relationship. But
you would?
I would, honestly. It's not that bad. Like obviously, like I would, going through one, I have a better idea of like what to expect, what I can do to put myself in a better position. And depends on the distance. Like if I'm here and she like in Korea, Japan, I'm like, damn, that's kind of far. You know what I'm saying? That's like totally different time zone. You gotta travel a whole day just to get over there. I don't know if I do that. But something from like the US to Canada, the US to South America, like absolutely, those aren't crazy bad. So I think I would do a long distance relationship again. Okay, 100%. Even like even someone who doesn't speak English again, I would do that.
Dang. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. There's something cool about like just like learning languages that you have no idea about, and just like I don't know, just learning something new is really cool to me.
My man is multicultural.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Where's one? Okay, here's one.
Okay.
What's going on between you and Jennifer? Is your relationship doomed? I think so, man. I think so. Not necessarily because of me. I mean, I don't know, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. She unfollowed me on Instagram, and then made me unfollow her.
Wait, how she make you unfollow her?
You know what I'm saying? Like you can make people unfollow you, right?
You can?
You never done that before?
No.
Well, I've never done it before either, but I know people do it. But like you go on Instagram and if you have someone following you that you don't want them to follow, like you can make them unfollow you.
Wow.
So she did that to me. She actually did it to me twice because I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why am I not following her? So I followed her again. She hit the unfollow thing again, and I texted her about it. I was like, yo, what's good? Like, what happened? Like, why are you pretend like okay? So the first time I ignored her text message, she was like, you're dead to me. And like, bro, didn't respond to me, unfollowed me, everything.
Whoa, is this in the relationship?
No, this was after the relationship. So like, I was like, all right, I'll keep it cordial. Like, I don't, she's cool enough where I don't mind. And then the day the first episode aired, she texted me and she was like, damn, so I hadn't talked to her probably like in a month or so when the first episode aired. And she texted me and she's like, dang, it made me mad. It made me jealous seeing you with ID. And I was like, bro, we've been broken up for like 2 months now. Like, why would I respond to this? Like, why would I get myself into some more drama or something, like knowing damn well she broke up with me and I'm supposed to entertain this, right? So I was like, so I didn't answer, whatever. Figured out later, like a couple weeks later, she unfollowed me, whatever. And eventually I talked to her about it and she was like, yeah. Whenever you didn't respond to my text, I was like, you're dead to me and I'm not gonna text you or whatever. Just completely like took me out of her life, whatever. And then I texted her about one of the episodes one day, and I was like, damn, that's funny as hell that you started that gossip, or started because she spilled the beans about fucking Dylan.
Yeah, she did.
And so I texted, I was like, yo, that's wild that you did that. I was like, we've been here for like 2 years and nobody knew how this shit got found out. And then, so we're like, so I was like, that's fucking hilarious that it was you.
Tape don't lie.
Tape don't lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then so she texted me back, and like we were cool, and she was like, and she eventually followed me back, whatever. And then so like right when I go see Sarah, and then I come back, and then I see that she unfollowed me. And so I was like, oh shit. I was like, what? No, definitely, bro. And it's funny because she even had like a whole Instagram post, and she was like, someone, did Q&A for her too. And she was like, oh, if Kahlil wants to get with like Heidi or any of the girls, like I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be jealous, whatever. Clearly capping. But yeah, she unfollowed me, and so now we don't even talk. Like the last time I texted her, I was like, damn, so am I dead to you? Like, what happened? Like, why, what's your problem? Didn't even respond. Dang. Still posts as if nothing happened. Doesn't, I don't know, whatever. But she actually with her ex now, as far as I know. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't give two fucks about whether, we actually end up getting back together or not. I think maybe like had you asked me back in January, I'd be like, man, I might do it, but nigga, it's June now. I don't think I'd do that shit.
No, it's over. It's dead.
For me, it's dead, bro. To me, it's dead. Like, there's nothing. We haven't talked about anything. There's nothing we could really, rebuild on. Like, but I mean, I'd say I was hopeful for it for a minute, but I was like, nah, this shit is. I don't think there's any like reviving that, to be honest.
Yeah, you gave her a lot, man.
I did, man. I tried to give her the most I could.
Dang,
and it was too much. All right, someone said, not a question, but impressed that you started to try and learn the girls' languages. I mean, I feel like that's just normal, man. I mean, I feel like if you're really interested in somebody, you're going to try to learn their language, try to communicate with them. I don't know, plus it's cool kind of like open your mind up to like how people talk in a different way. So, I don't know. I was like, of course, I'm going to do that. I even did that with Jennifer, did that with Heidi, everybody I could. Even to this day, like even when I talk to Sarah, like talk in Italian and whatever. I don't know. There's just something really cool about learning something else about other people and how they live.
You're a sweet guy, because I wouldn't.
He's like, I would never. I'm only speaking English.
I only like English women.
That's crazy. And then someone said, there's some days where my brain just says, Kalilawa, Anatawa. Which is funny because I guess I was saying that like that was like the only Japanese I really knew. So like anytime I'd be talking to Heidi, I'd be like, watashi wa anata, which is like definitely not the right way I think to say that in Japanese.
What is that? What are you saying?
So basically, if I'm saying watashi wa, I'm saying like me, and then if I'm saying anata wa, I'm saying you. So like for me, that was like how I differentiated like who we were talking about in a certain in the time, So like if I was like saying something how I felt, I'd be like, watashi wa feel like you, like I would just so that's how I would start it. But yeah, but that I don't know, the Anatawa, that shit kind of got kind of catchy, bro. I kind of like saying it.
Anatawa, hey, that shit hard.
Yeah. But all right, I think that's it.
You think that's it? Well, hey, thank you guys so much for tapping in. Shout out to Kahlil. Khalil's gonna find love one of these days, and he's gonna look back at this and just scoff and laugh.
I hope so. I pray to God. I hope so. Man, I'm trying to find. I'm a lover boy, man.
Like I said, sister, mama, grandma, cousin, sister-in-law, any of those that y'all can recommend to this guy. Look at that. He's a charming man. He will learn your language no matter where you're from. He's that good of a guy. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you
something
guys
like
so
that.
much for tapping in and watching. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow me at Jiggy M and all socials and everything like that. Make sure y'all follow Kahlil at Kahlil_score Halton. Is that what it is?
Kahlil_Houghton, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Make sure y'all follow him. And thank you so much for your time. And we're out.